In this video, it all gets chaotic in the S's as we see a Lambo go off, and I decide to risk it all by going through a car rather than round it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Beat the Meta, where we are in a classic. Yes, that's the Toyota Supra GT500. Now look at this car. Doesn't this remind you of Gran Turismo 1? Look at that livery. It's so good. Right, here we go then. So why this car? A couple of people have said to try out these GT500 cars. And also, it's Suzuka. And I was like, well, this is the perfect opportunity. You know, Super GT race here. GT500 car, it makes perfect sense. So we jump straight in towards the hairpin there, bit of contact up ahead between the French driver and the Swiss driver there. We all make it out of there safe and sound though, and I start dropping back a little bit here then. Let's fast forward as we head towards Spoon. So if you're not used to Beat the Meta is all about beating the meta cars. Now this week Suzuka, which is where the balance of performance is done, it means there's not actually that many meta cars. However, one thing that is for sure is these GT500 cars are not strong cars here. They're very weak, as we are side by side with the French driver then heading towards 130. Are we going to get this done? He's just pulling ahead here, and I just back out of there. They send it down the inside there, but they're going to head off there on the exit as well. Oh, they catch it as well. Lucky stuff there. Oh, skilled, you could say, as we go into the right-hander, and through we go then. So it's out there, a bit more oversteer. Somebody else has been off there as we continue on behind the French driver then, as we head towards turn 1. We are in the slipstream now. And this Supra GT500 car, very quick in a straight line. Oh, not very quick, it's quick in terms of other GT3 cars here as we head towards turn 1 then. Down the inside of that Nissan we go, and we are up a position and now behind the Swiss driver. Up ahead, the Lamborghini, they're getting it all sorts of wrong there, holding everybody up now as we head in towards the S's then. They're side by side up ahead. We have to slow it down massively here. Going through the right then, Lambo pushes off another Supra GT500 car off there, and we gain another spot there. Look at this. Oh, the Lambo's gone now as well. So Lambo really struggling there through the S's. Up to P12 we go then as we continue towards the left-hander then, and it starts to settle down a little bit here with that Nissan behind me. So what's this Beat the Meta? Well, a lot of the information is in the description, but let me tell you what it is. So the idea is to beat the strong car, or strong cars. In this case, Porsche's strong, the Nissan's strong. There's a lot of strong cars. This isn't one of them. So we're trying to beat those cars. We can do time trial in terms of getting our lap times up. We always start with last the first challenge, and we build that up. As you see, the Swiss driver goes ahead of the Porsche driver in towards the hairpin then. As we go through here, we accelerate out the corner side by side. Do we get it done? No, not quite at the moment then. Robbie stays ahead of me here. So the goal then is we have to get P1. Now there has to be at least one other A+ driver in the lobby for it to count. Otherwise we've got to keep going until we win. We don't always win either as we go down the outside of that Porsche driver and Spoon there. Look at that. Are we going to get it done? We go into the second part. Beautiful racing with that Porsche driver as they look on the inside. We accelerate out of that corner. Another one. I'm going to risk it through. There we go. That was a risky situation. As they were ghosted. They could have been ghosted at any time there. So up 2 more positions in this lap as we head, it's more than 2 actually, isn't it, with all the crashes that were happening. We're up a lot of positions this lap, should I say, as we go through 130R and continue towards the chicane then, as in we go. And looking at our rear view, someone's just headed down the inside. I think they outbroke themselves a little bit there. They did manage to avoid, well, say avoid it. They touched us, but they gave us room there. So we continue on. That was Noah actually, who had an earlier incident then. As we continue on out of there, we've got Joss MS then in another Porsche. Porsches for days here. I'm not sure why, because there are lots of other cars that are better here than the Porsche. As we head towards turn 1, in we go, and we get another position and up into P9. P8 has a 3-second penalty there, so effectively we are P8 right now as we continue on. Oh, hello, Tony Billing 87's been off there, and we try around the outside. I wasn't sure where they were going to go here. In towards the right we go. I don't think they realised they were still there, as they're going to head off then, and up into P8 we go. So effectively P7 at this moment in time. We've flown through this field. Lots of action here, as we experienced earlier in the week in that weekly race guide, which, if you haven't seen before, is one video to definitely check out on a Monday, where you get all the little bits of tips and information about what is in store for the week of Gran Turismo races. I give you a little bit of tips there. I give you a bit of an idea of how the races are going to go, and a bit of entertainment there with a lap guide as well. It's everything in one in those weekly race guides. Well worth it. let me get back towards beat the meta then. Okay, so I said about the A+ driver, there has to be at least one more in here to count. I don't always win. If I'm struggling or I've done like 10 races and I'm just like, it's not really working out or I run out of time, then sometimes I get P2, P3. I've got a P10 on the leaderboard, which we will see later on in terms of that leaderboard. See 80 there in P2. So we do have another A+ driver in here. And that was a good little race there. P7 in the end. Not too shabby at all. We did 2 laps, qualifying laps, and we got a 2-minute .887 there in this car. We always do the qualifying laps in the car we're trying to do beat the meta. Otherwise, it'd be a bit pointless, and you just qualify very close to the front and just go in any car you want. The whole idea is that you can beat the meta in qualifying and the race. As we come through here, a bit of contact there between Alex and Get Off there. This is lap 2, straight into it. We've got 80 behind us now, who we know is an A+ driver, as we start going through the S's. As we continue on through here. Now, we used to have a rule of only 5 races. That has stopped at this moment in time, just so we can have some more fun and really try hard to beat the meta. I did say I was going to try and beat them by the end of the year. That's not really going to happen now, I don't believe, but we're going to try and beat them all the same once we've done them all. As we go through here, then 80 got my inside there after going really deep at the hairpin, and it's a bit of a drag race there between the Renault and this Toyota Supra GT500. We know that Renault is slow. We've done Beat the Meta already with that Renault and the Beat the Meta series. You can check out in the description. There's a full playlist there for your entertainment. As we go deep at Spoon then, 80's going to come back at me here. Beautiful move down the inside then. Let's go to the second part of Spoon, sorry. I will get my words out eventually. And we continue on out of there. Still in P4 right now, but we're really holding 80 up now. And Nils behind is looking to get past as well as we head towards the 130R. We can take that racing line here because that Renault is definitely not catching us in a straight line. We do have to slow down a lot in this car for the 130R as we continue on through. The GTR up ahead had been off here. I'll stick in the middle of the road here just to defend the position as we go into the right and the left and continue on out of that corner then, as we then advance towards the end of the lap then. That's the finish of this race. P4 in the end. We didn't gain anything there, but we didn't lose out there. A few more A+ in there, and we did beat some. But all importantly, we've got to get P1, and that is the goal. So I went and improved my lap time. Then we start P1, weirdly. So this is now all about defending now. We've got 2 A+ drivers behind me here of the Mujahideen and Gr.3. But we're starting in P1 here with a Porsche right behind us as we head towards turn 1. And I can tell you, I was nervous for this race, okay? Because I was like, this is quite early on in Beat the Meta. It's not very often you get to race 3 and you're actually fighting for that victory straight off the bat. It's very unusual. It really is. As we continue on out of Tidgney 2 then, you can see that Porsche has stayed on my exhaust and heading in towards the hairpin for the first time of 5. And I go a bit deep, and the Mujahideen there goes down the inside then. Oh, and they're ahead of me at this moment in time. It's going to be side by side then as we continue on through the right then, heading towards Spoon. But this car is very good in a straight line. We've seen that already in this video, and we do get back past them then, back up into P1 for now as we head towards Spoon. A beautiful race in there from Mujahideen so far. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And I love this. I love the fact that we've got this kind of clean racing. 80 in the previous race. Beautiful racing as well. Really nice to see. I know everyone doesn't get to experience that, but that's where I thoroughly enjoy racing in Gran Turismo. And that's honestly, I love it. I don't care what position I'm racing for if I can have a really good race. And this one is for the race leader. As we look at that rear view mirror going through 130R, they just cut the curve a bit too much, and that's going to extend the gap a little bit. Give me a bit of breathing room then as we head in towards the chicane. And this is lap 3 now. It's a lap later. I did a sneaky little merge there, and they are back on my exhaust as we continue on there. I can tell you now, I was genuinely nervous for this one, which is an awesome feeling because I don't really get this feeling ever since One Shot went away in the FIA Championships. When One Shot went away, that feeling sort of drops off a little bit. I go towards this left-hand side then because I feel like I'm going to keep that racing line and that position going in towards turn number 1 then. And we are still ahead of the Porsche driver then as we continue on through. I'm going to head up towards the left-hander now and slow it down in the S's. Now this car suffers a lot of understeer, it really does. It's got good power, but the front end just does not want to grip a lot of the time. You've really got to abuse the gears a little bit to get the car rotated. That's something I definitely felt as I went through here then on the left-hander as well. I had to really clip the curb there, get a bit of four-wheel drifting to get that really working in the practice lap or the qualifying lap, and that's what really got me there. In terms of qualifying laps, you can definitely get a 2-minute .2. I've not got that so far, but let's see as we go into the right-hander. Can we defend this? Well, Mujahideen there has gone a bit deep, and we're going to advance towards the end then, where we are going to win the race, and I would say beat the meta as well.
Yes! Oh!
We did it! I forgot about putting my reaction in there. Yes, we did it indeed. So we beat an A+ driver in P2 and the other A+ driver left. But there was more than one in there. And that does count as beat the meta. Happy days indeed. I'm over the moon with that. And look at that car. Doesn't it look awesome? It really, really does. Let's look at the leaderboards then. This is the Beat the Meta tables, what we've done so far, if you want to check them out. The Alpha, the Astons in there, both Audis, BMW when it wasn't the meta car. Obviously, we've done a recent car profile on that, and the car profile will come for this car. However, I need to make sure I can get it in the legendary dealership at the moment, because I don't think I can. So, I don't know if this will be the next car profile, or there'll be something else, but do keep an eye out for it. We go to that next page then, and we can see the Supra's in there now. The newer Supra car is in there. Toyota, I think we've nailed all of Toyota now, actually, just thinking about it. Ford GTL and race car, we only got second. Suzuki, second, we have to do them again. Same for the Peugeot Vision Gran Turismo car, a 10th place, and that car is going to be a struggle at some point. Now, I am logging all the votes, and you're going to start seeing the votes on here soon, actually, with how many people have voted for a certain car, and that's the cars I'll try and focus on. So, if there is a car you want me to do in Beat the Meta, and you want to see the car profile of, let me know in the comments. If I know in the comments, I'll add it as a vote. And every single time I look at these cars and what I'm going to do, the higher the votes, the more chance it's going to get done. Obviously, it's even possible for that week for whatever reason. I'm not going to try it. But if it's probable or very hard, I am going to go for it with the one with the most votes. So do keep an eye out there. Look at this then. We're on 31 to 40 here. There are nearly 50 cars in Group 3. It's a big old class. And that's why I don't think we're going to get it done by Christmas. However, we are going to win throughout GT7's life in every single car in Group 3. I'm going to be trying this, carry on this every single week where I can, without life getting in the way, of course, because life does get in the way. I work, I've got other commitments as well. But even so, I'm going to do my very best. And you can see there the final part of the leaderboard. But that was good fun in the Toyota Supra. I'm looking forward to doing the car profile, seeing where it sits. Now, if you want to keep an eye out for that, or if you want to be alerted to that, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, and you will get alerted. Do give the video a like on the way out. I do appreciate all the support, as only if you liked it, of course. If you didn't like it, do let me know in the comments why you didn't like it, and I will look to improve. Thank you once again for watching. Check out either of those two videos there, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.